guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm obsessed with lofts. I live in a loft building. I help tons of my clients find their dream loft units. They're downtown, super tall ceilings, exposed brick if it has a spiral staircase, industrial sort of vibe, something where they've turned a building that used to be into a factory into homes, anything that just makes it like unique and special. And here in Chicago, we have a lot of really, really good ones. So that being said, we're gonna jump in with the most expensive one, the most extravagant one, and we will continue down in price points every time we go. First one up, this is our most expensive unit that we're looking at. This is unit 411 South Sangamon Street, unit 8BC. This might be my new dream home. This is 3,800 square feet. It is a 4-bed, 4-bath, and it's listed at $1,475,000. Your HOA, honestly, for the size of it, I thought it was going to be a lot worse. It is $1,537 a month. Don't get me wrong, that's not nothing. But usually when you see really, really big lofts of this size, your HOA fee is going to be insane. So all things considered, not as bad as I thought it would be. This one is in your lower part of West Loop. So you are by the UIC Halstead train stop, and there's like your Target over there. A lot of people do really like that area. Let's take a look at the pictures. So as you can see, very cool, very dark industrial vibes. You've got a huge kitchen island. This is a giant beverage fridge, which is neat. Your living room space, like this is such a unique unit. You have the 2 steps going up here, which I love. Anytime there's like differentiating like levels in the floor, I think it's really fun. You have a spiral staircase right in the center of your living room, which makes my little heart swoon. Tons of windows. This chair's hanging. We'll see it from another angle. This is when you enter into the unit. They have this like cool textured wall. And then down here is your like living room space, and they have a massive couch, and it feels almost like one of those like 70s conversation pits, which I think is really neat. They've painted the ceiling black, which is an interesting take because I think that this is a timber building. It would be just the exposed timber if they didn't do that originally, but I don't think it looks bad. It's just kind of different from what we normally see. Like I said, this chair is hanging, which is pretty cool. Here is another angle looking at your dining table and kitchen. This is another little raised area. They have this as like a seating area with these 2 seats. I don't know what I would do with that, but it is pretty neat. All I can think about is I'm always looking at places and being like, where would I put a Christmas tree? And it would put a massive Christmas tree right on there. I think it'd be really fun that it's higher up. Another view of your kitchen. It looks like a really nice kitchen. You've got the green for your lower cabinets, white for the uppers, and then full-size stainless steel appliances. Love that the gas range stove is like floating over here looking out the window. I think that's really nice. And they're all Viking appliances, which is lovely. Oh my gosh, I've only seen this in one other place. This is like a little beverage sink. I don't know what else to call it. It's used for like hosting, I think, and you fill it with ice and would put like bottles of wine and champagne and stuff in there. I'm pretty sure that that's what that is. They also have a little desk here and then a British phone booth in the corner, which is pretty cool. Just such a funky, neat, unique floor plan. Okay, so this is an office area. I had to look through this already and figure out the floor plan because I could not figure out how this worked. This is upstairs. So if you go up that spiral staircase, there leads to this like office area, which is really neat. So nice little bonus space. This is your private rooftop, which is really cool. It's connected to your unit. So one thing that's nice about that is I do believe that this is a timber building. So with that, you do tend to get quite a lot of noise, but because you have the roof above you and it's your private roof, you shouldn't hear footsteps from someone above you, which is really cool. And it is fully built out up here. So you do have a gas grill, you have a sink. I think that's a trash can. I'm not entirely sure, but huge skyline views, a big fire pit. Look at Sears Tower in the background. Huge hot tub, super cool. And now we're back downstairs, and this is a bathroom off of your living room. You do have a bathtub and a standing shower in there as well. I believe it's Jack and Jill, so this one also connects into this bedroom. Another view of the entryway hallway. This is a media room, which is not one of the 4 bedrooms, so it's really a 4-bedroom plus office plus media room, which I think is kind of crazy. But they have this as a full like movie theater room, which is really neat. Like they have a full like wet bar back there and a popcorn machine. They have this stocked with candy and candy machines up top. That is so cool. I think that this could be a space that is also utilized as like an extra guest bedroom if you ever needed it, but just so much space. So this is the bedroom that is attached to that bathroom I just showed. I feel like if this was my listing, I kind of want to order these photos a little bit different so you're kind of going through the flow of it. But this is your first of the actual 4 bedrooms that we're taking a look at. Bedroom from another angle. There's your closet. This is the second bedroom. So that first one is fully enclosed. It doesn't have windows to it. It's on the interior. This one has windows to the outside, which is nice. And then I think this one's the primary because this one we have your attached ensuite bathroom and it looks like everything's really big. I'm like 90% sure that this is your primary. This is a floating fireplace. Also, are people still using their Pelotons? I feel like that was a little 2020. You do have the steps up to get into your ensuite bath, and then this is gonna be your closet area in a second. But this ensuite bath is beautiful and huge. Look at this bathtub. Look at those windows. These are south facing, so you get tons of natural light. Towel warmer, huge shower. Like 2 people could very easily, comfortably, like I think these are those seats? Can you hang out in there? I think it's a steam shower. This closet is insane. Like I would have so much more space than I would know what to do with this closet, but more power to them. And then the laundry room is right off of that, which is really nice. This is the third bedroom we're gonna be taking a look at. So this one I do think is fully enclosed as well. They obviously have it set up as a kid's room, which is cute. So this is the hallway leading to that. And then this door slides across to cut off the primary suite area. This is another one of the bathrooms. This would be the third bathroom. I think this one is like set up as their kid's bathroom, which is cute, very artsy. And then I believe this is the fourth bedroom. So they kind of use this one as storage, it looks like, but you could have that set up as like another bedroom. One downfall with this unit is it does not come with parking. They are currently leasing 2 different parking spots for it. So that's a little bit annoying. I feel like when you have a unit of that size, you probably have cars that you got to figure out what to do with. But here's the floor plan. I always love looking at a floor plan. So if you saw, you enter in the foyer here and then walk around this corner. Oh, that must be the closet. It's rounded into like the living room where it's a step down. This is where they had like that seating area and the desk and the English phone booth. And then they had their dining table here, kitchen, 1 bathroom off of the kitchen, coming into this bedroom. Oh, so these are 2 separate bathrooms. I was incorrect on that. Here's another bathroom, bedroom, around the corner here, media room, bar, then 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, kids bathroom, doorway to block off the primary suite, which then has laundry, walk-in closet, primary bedroom, and primary bathroom with huge shower. And then up the spiral staircase to the office and massive rooftop deck. It's so much. It's so much space. It is such a cool and funky floor plan. I was really excited to show that one. Obviously, we are starting at the highest price point with it being $1.5 million. So this first unit, all in, if you were looking at doing 20% down, your monthly payment would be roughly $11,000 a month. Let's go ahead and jump down to the $700,000 price point and see what you can get for that. So here we are looking at 720 South Dearborn Street, unit penthouse 1. This one is $700,000. It is a 2-bed, 2-bath. It is 2,020 square feet. Your HOA fee though has not dropped that much. It's $1,223. So that's kind of what I was saying is that HOA fee on the last one for its size was not that bad, considering this one is a similar price point. So this one is in South Loop. This is right in my neck of the woods. I love this building. I've been here before. If you're familiar with like where Sandy Meyer's bookstore is or the Printers Row Farmers Market, it is right there, like in the heart of Printers Row, which is super cute. And then this one does have 1 parking spot included in the price point. So right off the bat, this is a cool unit. Look at the insanely tall ceilings, the exposed brick, and I love that it's on an angle. I think that that's such a unique piece. Your windows being on the angle too is really, really neat, but such a huge open living room space. From this angle, you can see you have the spiral staircase leading to upstairs. They've got some cool pieces in here. I like that they have the rug up on the wall and they have all these different rugs down on the floor. This old-fashioned fireplace is really neat and just lots of art. I love the big iron structure. These are artsy lofts, and I think that that is so much fun. Here they have a 6-person dining table. You could definitely put a bigger one if you wanted. And then for their kitchen, they do have a little bar stool pulled up. And then this is such a massive window, which is really nice to be able to get natural light in. This one is north facing, so you're not gonna be like flooded with beams coming in, but you're up high, so you would get like tons of natural light all the same. And then you'll see in a second that the view out that way is really, really pretty. So here's the view from the top of the spiral staircase. One of the reasons why I love a spiral staircase, I love an overhead shot. This is your outdoor space. So huge patio. They have so many plants out here, which is super cute. You could definitely do a bigger dining table if you wanted. They have like sun lounging chairs, which is really nice, but they've really built it out to be like a really pretty green space. And then this is your view. So I love a north facing view when you are in South Loop because you can see so much of the city. So you've got Sears Tower, the library is over there, tons of buildings. This is just a really, really cool view of Chicago. Here's the view at night from their dining table. So imagine like hosting out there and being able to have dinner with friends and like seeing the city light up. I love it. And then here's your kitchen. So this is like right where that bar stool was. Your kitchen is a little bit dated in comparison to the last one that we saw, but it is more of a galley kitchen in that it's like long and thin and it's not a huge kitchen island, but you do have everything in here, which is nice. So you've got a big fridge, little beverage fridge. There's like another spot with another bar stool there. I feel like I'd try and utilize that differently or better. It's nice that you have tons of windows in here. Still have the tall ceilings, still have the exposed brick, which is fun. It's just a lot of white with your white appliances and everything too. Like I feel like the kitchen could use a little bit of a facelift, but that is just me. This is gonna be your primary bedroom. So this is the bedroom that's downstairs. It does have windows and everything fully enclosed. So this one feels like a very like true proper bedroom, which if you know anything about lofts, a lot of the times your ceilings don't go all the way up. So that can be a little bit harder, but this one is a very true enclosed bedroom. And then you do have your ensuite bathroom off of it right here. Here is your walk-in closet, and here's the ensuite bath. So again, could probably use a little bit of a facelift. It looks like it was done a while ago, but still has all the goods. You have a standing shower and a bathtub, which if you know me, I love being able to have both options. And then this is the second bedroom. So I think it's a super cool room, don't get me wrong, but I think that this would be a hard space to use as a true second bedroom. The way that they have it set up is what you would probably utilize it for the most. So they have it set up as like a TV, like library, office sort of space. There is the skylight up there, which is so nice. And then again, I just love that you have these structures. Super cool and unique, but like the last one we looked at, like I feel like you could raise a full family in there because it's a 4-bedroom plus all this space. This one is like not even quite a true 2-bedroom in my opinion, but super cool upstairs lofted space regardless. And then there is another bathroom upstairs as well that does have a standing shower as well as your full-size laundry. So here's the floor plan. This one is a lot easier to understand. Walk-in, living room, kitchen over here, a little bit more long and narrow. There is that little L with the seating area there though. Big balcony coming towards the back. You have fully enclosed bedroom with your ensuite bath and your walk-in closet. And then going up the spiral staircase, you have the loft space upstairs with, I believe this is your laundry. Oh no, your laundry's in your kitchen. I'm totally wrong. It's over here. So that's just a utility closet then. But then you do have another full bath up here. If you were using the upstairs space as guest space only, I think that would work well because you wouldn't have people up there all the time. But I think it would be a hard one to do if you were trying to like turn that into like a full-time second bedroom. So for this second unit, if you were to do 20% down, roughly your monthly all-in payment would be $6,000. So almost half of what that first one was. Okay, I love this next one too. I'm really excited to show this one. Next up, we are dropping down in price point once again, and this one is going for $559,000. This is 531 South Plymouth Court, Unit 602. It is a 2-bed, 3-bath, 2,400 square feet, so it is a little bit bigger than the last one. Your HOA fee has dropped, but again, still not that much. It is $1,080 a month. This unit does not come with a parking spot, so that's one thing to keep in mind. And I just found out that this building allows cats, but it does not allow dogs, so it's definitely something to keep in mind. All right, so right when you come into the unit, you can see tons of exposed brick, super tall ceilings. Can you see how the brick here has the arch in it? Like that is so cool. There's a fan up in the corner. You do have the timber ceilings. This is top floor, so there's no one above you, so you don't have to worry about the noise from up there. I love these 4 windows with the arches in them. I think those are super pretty. And then these windows I think are the coolest. They're giant picture windows, but then the inner 6 squares tilt. And that's how you open your window. I think that's so cool. I love those. It's a really, really big open living room space. They have couch TV area, and then they have their work from home desk over here, but you could do so much more with this even still. They have like one random chair here and another random chair there. You could really fill up the space in a neat way. Here you can already see like the staircase going upstairs and upstairs, but we'll get to that in a second. This is the half bath that is downstairs, and then this is your first fully enclosed bedroom. So this one has a window that leads into the living room. So I know some people don't like when your windows lead into the living room. I think in a space like this, it's pretty cool, and you can always add a curtain. But then you also have the window to outside with those same like tilting window frames, which I think is really fun. Huge ceiling inside of this bedroom too, with these like little bubble windows. How unique, how fun. I love that. It's just, you don't find stuff like this everywhere. So I think that that's so cool. This is your first full bath. So this one is a shower tub combo. Looks like a good big size vanity with lots of storage, in-unit washer and dryer. And then this is your kitchen. So these are Wolf appliances. You have this big, like, technically it's a kitchen island. You wouldn't necessarily like sit in here, but lots and lots of counter space. I think that this is metal back here because they have all the knives mounted and stuff, which is cool. Lots of good storage. This is open storage. I have a love-hate relationship with open storage in a kitchen, but love the big beam right there. This is another window that leads into that bedroom. So again, you could put curtains there if you wanted to, but without having it, it does let in more natural light, which is nice. This dining area I think is so neat. I love the fireplace with the brick right here, and they have like art on top of it and stuff. This is a 6-seater dining table, but I think you could go bigger if you wanted to. This is a lower ceiling because you have the floor upstairs, but it leads out into that living room, which has the extremely high ceilings. So this kind of gives you a good overall view of that ground floor, your living room and your bedroom and everything. And then let's go ahead and head upstairs, and this is gonna be your second bedroom. So this bedroom area is crazy. They have like workout equipment over here. Here's those like bubble windows that we could see from the bedroom downstairs. This is another desk. This is a futon. And then they have a twin size bed up against here, which leads to these windows, and these are on like sliders that open up to down below. So you could have this closed off as a full bedroom, or you could have those open. I don't know how tall it is up here. I will say with the beams, it looks like it's pretty short, but I can't tell that for sure. It may definitely be tall enough that you could walk around without a problem. Here is a desk that they've put in the corner up there, but this is just like, this is a funky space up here to be able to play with. There's another bathroom up here, and I really like the tile floors in there. I think this is like a movable mat. I don't think that this mat is like the permanent flooring. I can't really tell. Here's another better view of those windows that I was talking about. So like these 6 panels are on this chain and tilt, and so you can like open those up, which is really neat. This unit is southwest facing, so you would get lots of natural light throughout the day as well as the afternoon light. And here is kind of what your view is from there. I love a floor plan. Coming in, so your entry is actually like off of the kitchen, which is interesting instead of it being off of the living room like I thought it would have been. But you have an entryway, then you have your kitchen, entry into that first bedroom downstairs. Your bathroom is actually behind the kitchen, not attached, which is interesting. And then you do have the half bath down here too. Okay, the upstairs is not how I imagined it. You have your living room, and then open to below, go up the stairs, you have a hallway, 1 office here, 1 bedroom here with a walk-in closet, 2 more bedrooms upstairs, but it's only marked as a 2-bed, and that's only a half bath. Okay, why do I feel like I'm more confused than I was looking at the photos? Anyways, I think it's more space than I thought it was, which is cool. We'll always take more space. So that must have been a different bedroom. Wild. That one was very unique, even more so. Like, I've looked at all these listings and I'm still getting confused by it. But overall, I think that this is such a cool and unique building. Love its windows, love the high ceilings, love the timber, love the brick. Like, this is just a very, very neat one. Monthly all in, if you were to do 20% down, is about $4,500 a month. All right, moving on to our very last one that we are looking at today. This one, we have dropped our price point pretty significantly. We are looking at 225 West Huron Street, Unit 301. It is listed at $300,000. It is a 1-bed, 1-bath, 800 square feet. And then your real kicker is your HOA drops so significantly. So your HOA fee for this one monthly is $346. This one also does not come with a parking spot, but your monthly all in for this, if you did 20% down, would be roughly $2,300 a month. This one's really special because this one is listed by Julie, who's on my team, and I think that it is such a cool unit. So this one, you are in River North, like right near the brown and purple line, which is really nice, off of like Huron and Wells, or like Huron and Franklin. So really great location, easy to get around. This lives like a 1-bed plus den. So right when you enter in, you can see you've got the exposed brick, you have the timber. This unit has been renovated and it was really nicely done. So you've got all new cabinets, full-size appliances, stainless steel, lots of counter space. You do have a full-size washer and dryer. I love that this building has like these beams in here. This is your living room space, so plenty of space to be able to do like a big couch setup and have your TV and whatnot. I've actually had a client purchase in this building before, and she really loves living there, so it's always a fun one when I'm like really familiar with them. This is your bathroom in the unit. I like that it has the like seat here, a standing shower. I'm just not personally a bathtub person. This is your entryway closet. So here is your front door. This is kind of that den area. So it's a really, really big oversized entry. So that's why it lives like a 1-bed plus den. And then you have this big entryway closet too. And it's really nice that it's built out. So here it is from another angle. So you can see you've tons of space. I think this would work really well for someone who's looking to work from home because you have a ton of space to be able to build out an office and it wouldn't have to be in your living room. This is your bedroom space. You have the doorway into here. This is gonna be your closet. You could do your bed down here if you wanted, or you also could probably do your dresser and then do like a TV up against there. Then you have the window. The one thing I have with this unit is it does doesn't get a ton of natural light. You are south facing, but you are up against another building. That is something that like my previous client, when she moved into this building, her unit is facing that same way. It does have really cool, like dark, cozy aesthetic vibes that I know a lot of people really like when they're looking for lofts. Also, this is a parking garage across the street, so you don't have people looking into your windows, which is nice too. There is the inside of that closet space. It's nicely built out. And then this is your shared rooftop. So they do have amenities in this building, like a rooftop deck with these string lights, and just being right in the heart of River North, you have really cool views. That's one Chicago. That is the Hancock. And then it does have a gym in the building as well. The unit has washer and dryer full size, but there is laundry in the building too, if you ever just wanted to take advantage of it. But overall, good solid option. And for the difference in price point, this one is so much less expensive than all of the other ones that we took a look at today. If you're ever interested in buying or selling in the city of Chicago, I would love to help you. I am a broker with Compass and I run my team Moxie. So fill out the jot form in my description box. Feel free to comment down your thoughts. I love hearing what you guys think because you always have perspectives that like I never would have guessed, and it's just really fun to see. I could talk about lofts all day long. Make sure that you hit that big red subscribe button. I have more videos like this coming out soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.